Try again, take 3. Ready?
I did say I'll be allowed 5 after this.
Yeah, good. Right. And again. Hi guys, I'm here today with Dale and Paul. Now, some of you will already know Paul, but for those that don't, hi Paul, how you doing? And can you tell people a little bit about yourself?
Hello, Graham. I'm fine, fabulous. Lovely to speak to you again. Yeah, I've been involved in quite a few projects with Graham. Namely, I teach option trading in London. I've been involved in betting for 50 years now. I teach people how to win at betting through small betting groups. I've been involved with forex trading. Many things, actually. I've written guides on automated horse race betting and automated football betting. I've met some fabulous people through those times, through those courses, pilots, doctors, barristers, interesting people as well, such as Lee Merritt, the yield farming expert and all-round good egg, John Duncan of Lay the Draw fame, and another one I've met recently while I was researching the automated football betting is a chap called Dale, who we're going to introduce you to in a moment.
Okay, good stuff. Dale, nice to meet you. It's the first time we've met. I've heard a lot about you. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, Graham. I've been following you for probably 5 years plus now, so I'm in quite a few things with yourself. And it's nice to get some of my stuff out there.
So how did you get involved with Paul? How did you two meet?
Very, very random. We had a mutual customer, shall we say, and this customer needed some help with BF Bot Manager, and he sent Paul my email address, and Paul emailed me, and it went from there, really. Very bizarre. Then Paul said, "Oh, I didn't know you did BF Bots or automated football." That were about 12 months ago, 18 months ago, and we've just stayed in touch and gone from there.
So you do. So what is it you do with BF Bot? Actually, just to make it clearer for people, BF Bot is a Betfair betting bot, isn't it? And you do stuff with that. So what is it you do with that?
It's basically another form of like programming. So you can program any idea, any strategy, anything that you can do manually. You can automate it into a bot 9 times out of 10, or you can backtest ideas like I do with statistical data, and then try and create a bot from it and test it, and then run it live for your own money.
Sounds good. So the Prince and the Tiger. Let's get on to that. Why is it called the Prince and the Tiger? And what's the story behind this? It's
a very, very funny story. I was at university about 17 years ago now, and I did a statistics and a business course. And basically, his last year dissertation was to try and prove that historical data can produce future results. Now, it could have been any topic, anything. But anyway, I'd met a friend during the 4 years called the Prince, or we nicknamed him the Prince. But we didn't know he was actually a prince in his home country, which happens to be Nigeria, which comes with a lot of backstories and emails for £1 million and I'll make you rich sort of thing if you send me £100. But
so he was actually a prince in Nigeria.
He was. After we finished our final year dissertation, which were about 30,000 words and about an hour presentation to the class, we stayed in touch, and I went over to meet him, his family, and his tiger.
And he actually has a tiger.
He has a tiger. He has an elephant. He has. Yeah, he's got a few things. Yeah, he lives on like a safari ranch type thing, and he's got a lot of animals. But one of them, he's got like a pet tiger that's domesticated.
Yeah,
or as domesticated as they can be. And
yeah.
I had a cuddle with it, shall we say? It engulfed me.
Have you got a photo of
that? I was milking one of the pups, giving it a bottle. So if I can find that one out, I'll get it you.
Sounds good. So what's the connection with you and him? What was this? So you worked on this dissertation, and is it?
Yeah, So we had 4 years together in the same class. We became friends anyway, but they paired us together with another couple of guys. She had to do your dissertation in groups of 4 and do a presentation. And yeah, he was a big lover of football and statistics, obviously. And I was into the same sort of things. I was more into greyhound racing and horse racing though back then. That's what my dad brought me up on. Well, they didn't have it back then, but web scraping to get data, but we did it the old-fashioned way by researching the archives of results of football. It took us about 6 weeks to get together about 15 years worth of data, past results. And what we tried to say is that, can you say that past football results, can they be mirrored to not happen again in the future?
Yeah.
Or how many times does it repeat itself? We went on the basis that any old scoreline that happened between, I don't want to say too much here and give the strategy away, but between 2 certain teams, could that result happen again in the future? And we proved that within backtesting 17 years of data, that certain results hadn't happened between certain teams ever. And we said that you can use that going forward for the next 12 months. Now, obviously, you've got another 12 months of results after that, so then you have to redo your data again to incorporate those results and backtest again to see whether it's the same teams again, or if they change, or you can add to it.
So is that what you concluded in your dissertations, that you could actually predict
that historical data can provide you with future results, sort of thing, or not results. So we basically said that if Man U play Man City, we can say that this year there will be a certain result that won't happen.
Okay, so that's when you went into developing that data into the Betfair bot and put it to work.
Yeah, well, no, obviously, because there wasn't the technology around back then. So what we did 17 years ago is, my friend and I, we followed it through for a couple of years, testing it, paper testing it, to see if it still did occur, and it still happened. So we kept using it manually, and then only 2 years ago, maybe, my friend and I, we sat down for about 8 months to try and write it in BF Bot Manager, because some of the options and ideas weren't available in BF Bot Manager. We had to think of another way of getting the bot to source out the idea, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
tell it X instead of Y. And we did that. Took me, like I said, it took about 8 months, and then we did another 6 months of paper testing, and then I sent it live. Might have been about February, actually, of this year. That's about it, really.
And then the results, we know, they speak for themselves. Yeah. So Paul, how have you come together? What are you now doing with Dale? What is this product?
Well, as Dale mentioned, we got together through a mutual interest, really.
Can you just move the microphone a bit? Paul's working on a 1962 wind-up computer by the looks of it. So.
I'm having to pedal it, yes.
He's having to pedal. That's better. We can hear you.
So I met Dale, as he explained, through a mutual interest, really, and through mutual contacts. So I knew that Dale had got this fabulous strategy, it came across by accident. But Dale really didn't know how to promote it, how to market it. It was very naive in that respect, although they got a fabulous product. In fact, I've been involved in betting for 50 years and betting automation for 20. I think it's the best automated football betting system I've seen. It's quite complex in that it's actually, no wonder it took him 8 months to write. It involves 299 mini bots. It's a portfolio in truth. And that is the essence of why it works, really, because if one or two of the lines lose, the total result is cushioned by all the other results, by all the other bots that are going on. So it's a very complex thing. that Dale's done a tremendous job in managing to put into one product.
So what is it that the customer gets? Because I know you're not selling Betfair Bot. That's something. It's a separate subscription, isn't it? But what is it you're actually selling?
Absolutely. Well, if they come and join Dale and I on this journey where we're doing extremely well, we send the customer the settings to upload to the bot, to BF Bot, the instructions on how to do it. Dale and I are always available to help them personally if they're unsure about anything like that. And of course, just as important, I think, Dale and I's personal support.
Yeah, because I know for those who haven't used a betting bot before, I use Betfair Bot, and it's well, if you get an annual subscription to BF Bot, it's like £120, so it's £10 a month. It works out at. For a bot that does all the betting for it, it's completely automated. So once you've set it up and you press go, you don't have to do anything at all. It works it all out and places all your bets.
Absolutely, Go. And what I should add to that as well is once you subscribe to that bot, you can load in many other strategies. Dale and I run hundreds off that one bot. So that subscription wouldn't only serve you for Prince and Tiger. You can run your own ideas or come back to Dale and I. We're always having new ones as well. So that £10 subscription, I think, is actually superb value. Okay.
So can you just give us a little bit more detail about what the bot is betting in? How much do we need for a betting bank? You know, is it complicated to set up, that kind of thing?
Okay, yeah, we can go through that. In terms of setting it up, it takes me about half an hour to do it from scratch. If you want to change your stakes, if you want to just bet with the preloaded stakes, then it takes probably 5 to 10 minutes. But if you want to change all the stakes you preferred staking, then yeah, it probably takes you about half an hour. But once you've done it once, that's it. You're good to go. In terms of a betting bank, you're probably going to want around 250 times your preferred stake, which I know sounds a lot, but the rewards are beneficial from the initial startup.
Yeah. So just to clarify, if you're betting, say, £10 stakes, you'd need £2,500.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Or if you want to bet £1 stakes, it's £250.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, the main bets come at a weekend when all the major leagues are active. You might get about 20 bets on a weekend, on a Saturday, and then you might get another 10 on a Sunday, and then through the week you probably get another 5 to 10 if there's quite a few midweek fixtures. But that's the very most that you're going to get. It's usually between 100 to 150 bets a month it produces. And from that, obviously, we've been seeing 95% strike rate. So in terms of value, it's quite up there because the average odds that it lays at is around 13.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you take 95% strike rate and average odds of 13, you get yourself value there as well.
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you about was liquidity, because I know I probably won't affect this because this is Major League Football matches. But I know in horse racing, when you get a lot of people betting on the same horse, you can actually affect the odds. So would a few people betting on the same things affect the liquidity in this?
The liquidity shouldn't be a problem because we are betting on the major European leagues. There's one function that we've added into the bots to say that if there isn't liquidity there, wait for the liquidity to come, and each bet should then get fired. I've not noticed any problems. I've monitored it live myself to say, right, I know what score we're laying on this game, how much liquidity is available. Oh, right, there's enough for 100 people or 1,000 people. Usually in the Premier League and the top leagues, you've got between a minimum of 100 people still available, or 100 amounts of a £10 bet or a £20 bet available still to lay or back. So I can't foresee any problems.
Yeah. Well, that's great, guys. So if someone wants to purchase this, they can just go to the link below and go and visit the webpage. There's your contact details there. And they can get the results from there as all the previous results. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Okay guys, so I've put a link in the description below. If you go to that link, it'll take you through to a page where Paul has written an explanation of the Prince and the Tiger and instructions on how you can get hold of your own settings file. And it comes with complete instructions for setting it up, and of course direct contact with Paul and Dale, that should you have any issues or any problems, they'll help you out getting it running for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, do me a favour, give me a thumbs up on YouTube because it helps my channel. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it, and you'll be notified when I do a new video. Thanks very much.